Hi everyone. So throughout the year we're going to be using mini posters, and I just wanted to give you a little demonstration on how to make them. They kind of end up looking like a science board, a trifold. You know how you used to do those science fairs that everybody loved to hate, but you had those trifold boards, and so we're going to make a trifold board mini size, and we're going to use it throughout the school year to basically to summarize our labs and to do project, like when you need to present. This is going to be a new way for you to present your information. You might need to record it and post a video if we can't be in classroom. We're still going to use these. So hopefully these instructions are pretty straightforward. All right, so if you need material, let me know and I can leave some in the office. Okay, so you're going to need 2 of these manila folders, right? So any color is fine. I'm going to use 2 different colors for my demonstration today. You're going to need scissors, post-it notes, any colors. Again, you also don't need post-it notes. If you want to write things on paper and cut them out and put them on the board, that's fine as well. And you're either going to need glue or tape. I like tape. I don't know. I just think sometimes glue lets me down. So I have this fancy tape runner machine that I'm going to be using. You certainly don't need this. Okay? You can use any kind of tape. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim these little flaps that are on these manila folders because we don't need them. So try to get this in the camera here. Okay, and recycle that, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle. And I'm going to cut this other one off. Okay, done. Alright, recycle. Alright, next we are going to tape these together. I'll show you a finished product. Accio mini poster board. My magic works. Okay, here is one side. I've got the introduction. I will also put a link for the paper that has all of these titles on them. Headings and things to put on your mini poster. Again, if you cannot print, your options are to handwrite them or to come to school and I will have some available. I can also mail things. A piece of paper. I'd be happy to send it to you. Okay, so we have our introduction, our methodology. If you can see, I have different ways to show the post-it notes. You don't have to have them this way, but there are 3 sections to the introduction: the questions, background, and hypothesis. So in each heading there is a description that tells you what is supposed to go there. So the introduction has 3 parts: the question asked, background context, where does this question fit with what is known, and 3, your hypothesis presented in an if-then prediction that structures your research. Methodologies, procedures, materials, statistical tests, excuse me. In the middle section here, the title of your research or project and the authors. That would be you, or if you're working in a group. Okay, this is just another way. I actually cut some post-it notes in half to make them smaller. So what did I do? So fancy, right? Just fold it, make a crease. Oh, come here. And then I just cut it. And this way it ends up being pretty even. Okay, so I could add these then if I needed more information, but I didn't want to have a whole nother sticky note, or I wanted to break it up, whatever. Okay, we're using sticky notes. because we're going to reuse these mini posters throughout the year. So you're going to make the outline once and you're going to reuse this. If you lose it, you're going to have to recreate it. So keep it in a safe place. All right, title and authors. The abstract. This is a 1 or 2 paragraph condensation of the entire article or your research. If you are writing like a lab report or a research article, we're not going to write whole articles. We're going to do this instead. Giving the main features and results of the work described more completely in the poster. All right, so everything else is described more completely. Abstract is just very condensed. Discussion, and this is where you should have possible avenues for further research. That's important. What could we test next? Make sure you put some of that in there. All right, and then on the third panel, we have results. I tried to keep this one big because this one is where you're going to have your graphs and your tables, charts to help clarify the results. You're going to have a discussion on the statistics or the tests that you use to describe your data. And this is like where we're going to have a lot of graphics. So this area should be pretty big. And then literature cited. You always want to include all published works mentioned in your presentation, and they should be listed in a bibliographic form. So you definitely need to have some research, right? Okay, so this is just one example of how you could set up your mini poster. I actually laid this out with post-it notes and tried to find a good way to graphically represent. Do you have to have post-it notes? Nope, you could leave this totally blank and you can just put your piece of paper, you could tape it on so that you can take it off later, and for your next project you're going to reuse this. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, so I just put my mini poster behind me. Okay, so we have our 2 manila folders here. Open them up. I'm going to tape along the inside by the crease. That's why I like this thing here. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to open this up and put this, try to match the edge with the edge as best that I can. Okay, that's taped in place. I also need one more. So right underneath this one, I'm going to run some tape, or you could use glue, or you could use 2-sided tape. Okay, and now I have my trifold. Let's see, what's a good way to show this? Right here, I suppose. Okay, so we have our poster board. That looks kind of like a science experiment board, all set up. Alright, when you're done with that, then you're going to cut these headers out, put them on your poster. Does yours have to be exactly the same as mine? No, but you need to have reasonable amount of room underneath. So title and author, that's going to be pretty small. Abstract is 1 to 2 paragraphs. The introduction, it needs 3 things. Methodology needs 3 things. The results should be at least half of a page. The discussion, I think, you know, maybe area for 3 sticky notes, or a third of a page. Literature cited can be pretty small, so keep that in mind when you're building your mini poster, and I hope that this made some sense. Alright, happy building. Bye.